Feels good to see the world getting loose. Feels good to see the world getting loose. I don't know about you, Sack Noel. I don't know about you, Phenom. I don't know about you, White Shadow. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I'm 2 plus 2, I'm for show. You down, I'm down, baby, let's go. You stop, you drop, better than roll. You twerk, you pop, booty so swole. I'd hate me too if I were you. And when it comes to billions, I'll say 2. It's only one life, you don't get 2. So live life, don't let it live you.
I got a pocket full of $100 bills. Put on a jacket, cause these diamonds give you chills. 2 shots I'm running, 2 out I'm stunning tonight. Tonight, yeah. Look in the mirror, I'm like, who the hell is he? So many whips and cribs, I'm losing track of keys. Ooh, up to something, ooh, yeah, I love it, alright. Alright.
Yeah, yeah, I'm drinking out the bottle. Get loose, hanging with supermodels. Get loose, feel like I hit the lotto. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I'm 1 plus 1, I'm too strong. If you ain't about money, then get gone. I wanna wild out all night long. You wanna ride out, then get on. I'd hate me too if I were you. And when it comes to billions, I'll say 2. It's only one life, you don't get 2. So live life, don't let it live you.
I got a pocket full of $100 bills. Put on a jacket, cause these diamonds give you chills. 2 shots I'm running, 2 out I'm stunning tonight. I'm stunning tonight, yeah. Look in the mirror, I'm like, who the hell is he? So many whips and cribs, I'm losing track of keys. Ooh, up to something, ooh, yeah, I love it, alright. Alright.
Yeah, yeah, I'm drinking out the bottle. Get loose, hanging with supermodels. Get loose, feel like I hit the lotto. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good.
I get those goosebumps every time you come around, yeah. You ease my mind, you make everything feel fine. Worry about those comments, I'm way too numb, yeah. It's way too dumb, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time. I need the Heimlich, throw that to the side, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. When you're not around, when you throw that to the side, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. 713 through the 281, yeah, I'm riding. Why they on me? Why they on me? I'm flying, sipping low key. I'm sipping low key and honest, find a rider. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. You come around, yeah. You ease my mind.
Good afternoon, football fans, and welcome to McLeod Athletic Park, where this afternoon the visiting Prince George Kodiaks are here to face off with your Langley Rams. So please welcome to the field now the visiting team, Prince George Kodiaks.
Uptown, I bought a bus down. Yeah, oh, then I keep dummy to my city local. In the kitchen, whipping that dope up, you can smell the odor. Pop on picture, we gon' hit it like we Sammy Sosa. Put that Billy to the limit, you can smell the odor. Oh, spinning dude, call me true love when I'm pulling up in that two though. Diamonds different color, Uno. All these hundreds on me, money made my pockets look like sumo. I got money out there, I finger pop you when I hit you with And when we get in mode, I'ma dog it like I'm Cujo. Whoa. Heard they tryna steal away, cut it out, cut it out. Spicy mommy's on the way, bust it down, bust it down. So my watch, she let away, I flood it out. Ay, talk to me nice, show you what these bitches about. Whoa, pipe down, throwing up shots. First we shut them down, then we open up shop.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the field, led by head coach Jordan McCarthy, your Langley Rams.
Never told, even through the ups and downs, baby. And if I do say it's a couple brown, baby. Only way I double crosses. I just keep spinning, only way to make them nauseous. Demon little mommy like salsa, we could dip. I'm just trying to see you dance salsa on the dip. Whoa, it went down, she came up, you know. Y'all take shots, y'all aim up.
Now let's meet today's starting offense.
You know,
Wide receiver,
free Wi-Fi.
number 2,
Whoa.
Terrell Jones. At number 5, receiver, Kodiaks. Number 9, at receiver, Isaiah Edwards. Starting quarterback for tonight's game, number 11, Trey Jones. Number 12, lane receiver, Ryan Rosen. Number 22, running back, Cairo Hassan. Starting O-line, number 53, Robert Rita. Number 55, O-line, Zach Lohan. Number 58, out of line, Travis Rich. Starting O-line, number 60, Jordan Sapp. Number 77, O-line, Connor Burns. And finally, number 81, Isaiah. Fans, if you can please stand and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem, joined by Kylie Mancy.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Well, the anthem's been sung and the warm-ups are done, so it's time for some BCFC football on a beautiful day here at McLeod Athletic Park. Warren Andrews with you, subbing in for Jake Elliott, who's away calling the Man Cup Game 1. As today we've got a good one. It is the Kodiaks from Prince George taking on the Langley Rams. Both teams come in 2-2 on this season. Kodiaks with a pair of wins, including a historic away win in Nanaimo, thanks to a last-second field goal to secure that win. As for the Rams, they were edged in heartbreaking fashion here against the undefeated West Shore Rebels. They'll be looking to rebound in their home turf. It'll be a battle of two good local pivots going toe-to-toe, local in terms of where they're from. It's Quinn Newcomb, the quarterback for the Dutchess Park Condors, playing his high school football. Now the quarterback for the Prince George Kodiaks in their second season. He'll take on Trey Jones, who's in his second season out of Lord Tweedsmuir Secondary in Cloverdale. Well, the fans are starting to pile in. It's 27 degrees, very light breeze blowing. Just perfect conditions here on a beautiful fall day in September. Midway point for both teams. Playoffs very much up for grabs for both teams too, sitting at 2-2. As the Rams missed the game against the West Shore Rebels, or against the Okanagan Sun due to the fires earlier, and gave them an extra bye week, so to speak. The Prince George Kodiaks, as I mentioned, coming off of that big win, last second field goal. Their other win at home against the Kamloops Broncos. Two other games taking place in the BCFC today at the same time as we speak. A battle for first as the West Shore Rebels are hosting the Valley Huskers at 4 p.m. and also the Vancouver Island Raiders looking to get their first win of the year. It'll be tough, though, in the Apple Bowl against the Okanagan Sun. Rams are in their navy jerseys with the yellow lettering and the white helmets with the navy horn. As for the Prince George Kodiaks, in the white away jerseys with the black helmets and the yellow lettering. Rams come in 1-1 here, McLeod Athletic Park. As for the Kodiaks, I believe they're 1-1 on the road. Both teams under new coaches this season. In terms of head coaches, Jordan McCarthy, who is a former quarterback for the Langley Rams, took over as their head coach with Corey Philpott departing. And he has his team, as I mentioned, at 2-2. As for the Prince George Kodiaks, Jamie Borum, the former Okanagan Sun coach, is the new coach here, and they've already doubled their win total from last season. Will be the Kodiaks who will kick off to the Rams. Brady Harper, who is a two-time defending Special Teams Player of the Week, coming to kick this ball off at his own 45-yard line. Rams kick returners look for Brody Clark, number 21, Ryan Gosen, number 12. Brody Clark, 24.4 yards average in terms of returning, so it's been very good for them. Both teams wait for the referee to blow the whistle, and this game is underway. A long driving kick down to about the 8-yard line. Scooped up by number 12, Ryan Gosen. Slips around one defender, curls around the edge, taken out at about the 30-yard line, and that's where the Rams will go to work. In will come Trey Jones, who's averaging 205 passing yards a game. He's got a dual threat in the backfield. Two very good running backs, Hassan and Aaron Jones. Quick little pass, and that one scooped up and hurdles, and then taken down at about the 51-yard line. Nice run there by Cairo Hassan, the North Surrey product. And we'll see referees discussing things. We'll see if it was a hold. At a hold against the Rams will wipe out that gain. Nice play originally by Jones as he invited the pressure to come and then flipped that off to the elusive Hassan, but punished for their efforts. They'll be pushed back to the 34-yard line. And against the Kamloops Broncos in a decisive win here against the Rams, had a tough time, at least in the first half, taking a number of penalties and kept that game very close early on. Jones flanked by Hassan, his brother Terrell Jones, number 2. 2 receivers set near side, 3 receivers far side in motion. Trey Jones will go to his brother Terrell, and he'll step out of bounds up to about the 44-yard lines where they'll mark that one. So they'll gain the yardage back. Huskers will show a 5-man front. Play action. Quick little pass out there, caught by Isaiah Edwards. So Jones 2 for 2, and that should be very close to a first down. Well, 2nd and 1. Trey Jones now into the flat, finds his man right in the middle. He's taken down. Jones 3 for 3 on the pass, complete to his second leading receiver, Brock Comia. Comia comes in with 11 receptions for 251 yards. Also has 1 touchdown on the year as the Rams starting to move the chains. Kodiaks a 4-man front, handoff, and it's actually a quarterback keeper. It was Bruce Jones, a little wildcat action there. The running back. Number 18, a nice job there. Really sold, oh, pardon me, no, it was. Even faked out the cameraman on the replay there. So it was Trey Jones. Not number 18, Bruce Jones. There are 3 Jones players on the Rams, 2 of them related. And maybe somewhere way down the ancestry line, Bruce Jones also related to them, but it is Trey the quarterback, Terrell the receiver, both played at Lord Tweedsmuir. Trey Jones sharing with Gideon Hill on the BCFC YouTube channel about how G. Roy Simon, a real inspiration to him, and was the one that basically told him, look, you're not a receiver, you need to be a quarterback, and kind of gave him the confidence to become a quarterback. And he said, not only will you be a quarterback, you'll be a pretty good one. And he's proven that so far here in his fledgling junior career. Thanks for tuning in here on BCFC TV, also on Telus Optic 1981, wherever you're watching across the World Wide Web. A couple of players from the Kodiaks from Leeds in the United Kingdom. If you're watching late at night there, a big hello to you. Quick little pass up there, and that one's scooped, and he's juking and jiving his way down close to the 10-yard line on the pass to Brock Comia. Second straight pass to him, and that one will be a first down and then some, as he's nickel and diming it like a young Joe Montana, giving what the defense gives him. Once again, Kodiaks had some quick pressure in there, but Trey Jones very elusive, getting rid of it before they could get to him. And now near the red zone. Jones with a 3-receiver set near side. First read over the middle, no. Second, he finds his man into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Number 81 for the Rams, Isaiah Anderson. That was one of the few times that Trey Jones has taken some time to take a shot. And boy, that was just a nice catch because there were 3 defenders all around him. He kind of lassoed it through the goalposts. And just great concentration by Isaiah Anderson. And just out of the outstretched fingertips is at 23. No, they don't have a 23. 22 maybe Carson Flynn, defensive back. It was right there, right close to his fingertips. And out of that, unfortunately, a couple of Kodiaks down on the ground in a collision. So it did not take long for the Rams to strike. 3 minutes and 13 seconds to be precise, their opening drive. And they're cashed in. So big game for both teams too, because it's going to be a tight race for that 4th playoff spot, just the way it's starting to shape up a little bit here. And for the Rams, they've had a pair of heartbreaking losses. They lost a close one in Chilliwack to the Valley Huskers to open the season, then reeled off a pair of wins. And then a game that they were leading against the West Shore Rebels slipped away. And in fact, Rebels scored very late in the game, and then the Rams had a chance to tie it up, but turned the ball over late. And the Rebels secured the win and kept their undefeated season intact. Rams defense very good though in that game. I believe 3 interceptions on T. Jesse, who had just been marvelous in the first couple of games that he had played. So when all is said and done, the Kodiaks now being helped to the bench, walking on their own accord though, so for the most part. One of the defenders getting a little helping hand there from the training staff. It's number 20, Tegan Moran, defensive back. So the Rams will line up to kick this one. It's been Satark Dosanjh for the most part. 11 for 11. Converting. Hold Gideon Kremler. Kick is up. Kick is good. And that will give the Rams a 7-0 lead. And now the Kodiaks get a chance to respond. So for the Prince George Kodiaks, kick returning, they've relied primarily on 2 players. It's Taman Padocki, number 5, averaging 12.2. If the ball does get to Micaiah Williams, he's only returned 2, but boy, good average, 26.5 yards per return. Rams 88, Tyson Burgo. It's also a wide receiver. Off to kick this one. Kodiaks 2 players sitting at about the 26-yard line at a line drive. Picked up, slides around one special team tackler. And that was Aiden Simpson, the defensive back, number 3. That's the second time he's returned it. First time he got 17 yards. So the Kodiaks will start at their own 30-yard line. It's a handoff and a punishing run. At a small gain, maybe 2 if the referees are generous. No disguise there, as looks like it'll Sam Sabine, the quarterback, number 2. Top rusher for the Kodiaks this year has been Xander Shane. He's been good, averaging 5.2 yards, 41 carries, 215 yards. Where's number 18, Micaiah Williams? Oh boy, put the ball in his hands, 15 carries, 130 yards, averaging 8.7 yards a carry. It's a good nice shot there again of the receiving touchdown by Anderson. Gave the Rams a 7-0 lead, and a member of the Rams being helped off the field, Howard Zhao, the linebacker, number 33. And he's walking gingerly. He hoped no problem with the knee. So they budged it ahead about 1 yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Kodiaks to go to work here at the 31-yard line inside their own zone. Play action in the pass, overthrown. Intended for number 84. That's Aiden Lewis, the receiver. So that will send the Kodiaks to the punting situation. Cale Crowley is averaging 34 yards a punt. He'll soar this one. Nice, high, tight spiral down to the 38-yard line. Rams will scoop it up, and great special teams play by the Kodiaks will swallow him up at about the 47-yard line where the Rams will go to work. So a 2-and-out for the Kodiaks. Their first possession on a sunny day here in the township of Langley. 10:25 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 lead for the host Rams, who have the ball back. Marched down the field on their first possession with Trey Jones, going a perfect 5 for 5. There's a give now, and a big hole opens up, and Hassan rumbles ahead, may have enough for the first down. And they are going to move the chain, so a 10-yard rush. Cairo Hassan, former North Surrey Bear, played against the Junior Bears in the Kodiaks. Terrell Jones, Brox Comia near side. Third receivers far side, one in the backfield. The Kodiaks will swarm, and a nice tackle there led by 45 Joseph Bertram. Limit that gain on the rush. And a good play by the defensive line, a good pressure there. Number 73 got in there first, Jules Trench. And that kind of forced the running back to move one way and allowed his teammates to get in there and limit the gain, only a gain of maybe 1 on the play. So 2nd and long for the Rams. Trey Jones will check over the middle, and he'll throw it over the middle, and that one's going to be picked off at the 20-yard line. Number 36. And that is Coulter Cannon with the interception. So a big play for the Kodiaks on the road here. I'm not sure if this is his first game. I don't see any stats for him. .36, here we go, Colton Canner. That's his second interception. His Kodiaks will keep it on the ground and a sweep over to the right side. There is laundry on the field. Handoff to Xander Shane. See what the play is. We'll keep the referee's mic down as the music blaring. Might bleed over into his call. So much like for the Rams early on in this game, a good pass wiped off by a penalty. This time a decent run by the Kodiaks negated by the orange flag. That'll push him another 5 yards back. Make it 1st and 15 now. Ball at the 15-yard line. The Prince George zone. Sam Sabine. Empty backfield. 2 receivers near side. 2 far side. Sabine now scrambles, throws a bullet in there. There's a flag. That's not going to be another hold against the Kodiaks. A flag down at about the 5-yard line inside the Kodiaks territory. And Sabine did a nice job scrambling. That looks like it is going against the Kodiaks. They're going to wipe it off, though. Be 2nd and 15. Be 1 back behind Sabine. 2 receivers far side, 2 near side. Now another receiver comes in to block. Fumble. Sabine dove on that, and he was very, very quick. Like trying to get that last piece of chicken out of the KFC bucket. Jumped in there first before anyone else could get it. But it's a loss of another yard, and so it will be a kick from probably just inside the goal. Right around where the post is, over to the right side. I wouldn't think this is a safety. It's not quite deep enough. They want to get rid of this and maybe, and they are going to kneel for the safety, and so give up the 2 points. Seven minutes remaining here in the first quarter, and Kodiak's offense having a tough time getting going against this ferocious Rams defense. Trey Jones had a great opening first drive, and then the interception gave the Kodiaks some life. And that's just the second interception that Trey Jones has thrown. In 95 attempts coming into this, he'd completed 52 and completed only 1 to the opposition. Not sure if that was a blown route by a member of the Rams, or he just overthrew him, or just great defensive positioning by the Kodiaks. Rams will start up from their own 35-yard line. Hassan will flank Jones to the right. 3 receivers far side. We'll try to punish it with Hassan right up the middle. He'll pick up about 3 hard yards there. So Kodiaks did a nice job of swarming him and limiting the big back's gain. Decent crowd here at McLeod Athletic Park. With the nice beams overhead, keeps the sun at bay and keeps it on the field. 2nd and 7 for Jones. As he'll check left, then goes right, finds his man. He's got the first down. He's taken down at about the 52-yard line. And that is the first completion to Ryan Gosen. Trey Jones 6 for 7 in the game. The only incompletion was the interception. Handoff, Hassan cuts one way, cuts the other, tries to slip around those big hogs up top. Kodiaks read that, though, and the gain will be limited to 2. So after the first run for Hassan, he got 10 yards on that. The last 3 runs, he's tallied a total of 6 yards. So credit the Kodiaks defensive front on reading the play and stopping up any big gains. Jones now back to the air, feels the heat, takes a heavy hit. That has taken punishment to complete the play. As that pass in deep, and I'm not sure if he knew he was gonna get punished like that, but pass complete and caught to his brother, number 2. Second completion to him. Another completion. This time, bookend passes now for Gosen, sandwiching that reception by Terrell Davis. So Trey Jones has been absolutely red hot to start this game. 8 of 9 here in the first quarter. Kodiaks have done a wonderful job of limiting the runs, but have been unable so far to stifle the Rams quarterback. 3 receivers far side as Jones barks out the signal. Once again, they'll try to pound it right up the middle. Won't gain much, and we'll see, will they go to the field goal or will they stay on the field and try to get the first down? It is 3rd and about 3. Yet to really utilize Aaron Jones. He's picked up some huge yards, or Bruce Jones, pardon me. Aaron Jones, of course, with the Green Bay Packers. And a catch and a first down. Second reception for number 9, Isaiah Edwards, who was a big target against the West Shore Rebels. Trey Jones continues his red-hot start, threading the needle like a tailor here to start this game. They go back to the ground. Hassan looking for a hole to open up, and this Kodiak's defensive front's been a hard nut to crack. They'll pick up about 3 on that play, Will Hassan. 6 runs for him. Cairo Hassan. Now it looks like Gideon Kremler, number 8, the quarterback in there. Quarterback keep, and he is mashed down. Jason Kratt, the defender out of Hickson, BC, a small hamlet close to Prince George, one of the leaders. Only had 4 tackles coming into this, but a huge one there. 3rd down now for the Rams. Trey Jones back in there, airs it up off the fingertips of the intended target. Looking for number 81, Isaiah Anderson, and that one went off of his fingertips. He reached up there, not sure if the goalposts played a little bit with his line of vision. He had just gotten behind the defender, but Rams will come up empty. Long field though. As Sabine and the Kodiaks go to work, Rams show pressure. Good run there. Didn't gain much, but boy, just staying on his feet as he fended off about 3 tackles to pick up a very short gain. Number 7 on the run. That's Omarion Martin. Now they'll give them one. Shot there of the Rams watching, knowing this game far from over. Minute 30 left here in the first quarter. 9-0 lead for the host Rams. Kodiaks have the ball now. Sabine's going to air it out. Looking for the intended target, number 84, Aiden Lewis, who had a step ahead of the two defensive backs, but the ball overthrown. So Sabine 0 for 2 through the air. Thankfully for the Kodiaks, their front four have done a nice job of limiting the run of Cairo Hassan. And this will bring up a big third down. We may see another safety. Let's see. Jamie Borum and the coaching staff have a special play. And yeah, they'll kneel for another safety. And so it's an 11-0 lead. 56 seconds to go in the first. But I tell you what, the way the Rams are marching the ball down there, only giving up 4 points these last two possessions, bit of a moral victory for the Kodiaks. And still remains just a 2-score game. Rams, though, will take over. Kodiaks here on another long road trip. This is the first of back-to-back games against these teams. So you want to win the game, but you don't want to empty the tank in terms of any trick plays or too many of them, or showing everything you can do on either side. Because you got to meet again in the unfriendly confines of Massage Stadium in Prince George. Sweep around the side, slips around one defender, still on his feet, juking and jiving. Won't elude that defender. Nice solo tackle there, number 21, Shannon Donovan. He'll wrap up Aaron Linden. Pardon me. Is that number 6? Oh, it's number 5. Pardon me. I was wondering because Aaron Linden is a defensive lineman. I'm like, he's pretty elusive for a defensive lineman. That was Brox Comia on the sweep. And Trey Jones now galloping all the way to the 30, trying to elude the last two defenders, decides to step out of bounds before he took a punishing hit. But boy, all the way down like Justin Fields marched the ball down to the 19-yard line on the final play of the first quarter. And just a massive run of over 50 yards for the pivot from Langley. Might be a little out of breath on that one. So it's 11-0 for the Langley Rams over the Prince George Kodiaks. Appreciate you tuning in. As I mentioned, my name is Warren Andrews, filling in for Jake Elliott and Justin Morissette. Both are away on other duty. Quickly let you know the couple of the players of the week named from these squads. It was Kyle Huish, the defensive player of the week against the West Shore Rebels, 5 tackles, 2 interceptions. And Shan Sandhu took away the special teams player of the week from Brady Harper of the Kodiaks, who had it 2 straight times, and he had 3 special teams tackles for the Rams. Both these teams 2-2, as I mentioned. Rams have scored 129 points coming in, allowed 60. Kodiaks has scored 52, allowed 107. They are coming in, though, on back-to-back wins. Identical records, so whoever wins this will leapfrog the other one. And depending on what else happens throughout the day, it could be quite the shuffling of the deck. Ball sitting at the Kodiak's 19-yard line. There's a pitch out to Hassan. Good seal block there, but excellent work by the Kodiak's 45. Joseph Bertram once again around the ball, stopped the progress of Hassan, limited him to picking up about 5 yards. Rams threatening in the red zone once again. Inside the 20. Fielded up at about the 12-yard line. 3 receivers far side in motion. Jones now scramble. And I wonder if they're going to call that. It could be a touchdown Rams, but we'll see. Is it holding on Langley? Will they say that he threw the ball, went into the turf, and bounced back up? Playing it like an Aussie rules football player where you can bounce the ball into the ground and scoop it up again. Flag is down, though. We'll see the call. And it is against the Rams, so that will negate the touchdown. So holding against the Rams. The ball will pop all the way out to the 23-yard line now. It is second down. Don't be surprised if Jones goes to the air. Almost looked like he was trying to sucker the defense, and a late flag. You wonder if that's an unsportsmanlike. So Jason Craig, number 90, that was in there first. Jones talking to the officials. Going to wave off the play. Another penalty against the offense, so the Rams got out the 12 gauge, shooting themselves repeatedly in the foot. After being very close, actually scoring a touchdown that was negated by the first penalty. I believe that's the 3rd penalty on this drive. And you know Coach Jordan McCarty, the head coach, going to be none too pleased with these self-inflicted wounds. That'll bring up 3rd and a country mile. They're going to go for it, though. The offense stays out on the field. Pressure from the Kodiaks, and that one thrown. Looking once again for number 81, Isaiah Anderson. No good, though. And the Kodiaks dodge another bullet, and they'll get the ball with their best field position since their opening drive, up at about the 23-yard line. Sabine's had a tough time connecting through the air. He's 0 for 2. They've tried their luck on the ground. Play action overthrows the target as he felt the heat. 2 Rams in the backfield. So Sabine coming in was 25 for 44. It had picked up 215 yards, had 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions though. Another quarterback they've used regularly is Quinn Newcomb, who's a local product out of Dutchess Park, one of the high schools in Prince George. And in fact, over half the players on the roster from the northern region. Sabine will step back, eludes the pressure, and then gives it away. His first completion, unfortunately for him, into the hands of number 20 of the Rams, and that's Isaiah Cooper with the INT. So you have to wonder if Todd Hanson, the offensive coordinator, might have a look at Quinn Newcomb unless he's injured. But they'll have to wait now and see how the Rams do on this possession. So after being stopped up thanks to a string of penalties, Trey Jones will get a chance at redemption. He has thrown for 1 touchdown. There's a handoff once again. Good play by the defensive line and the linebackers, limit that run. Offensive line opened up a little bit of a hole to start for number 11. Trey Jones, quarterback, on the keep. But he only picked up about 2 on the play. Jones now looks, flips that, finds the open receiver. Got to just past the original line of scrimmage, picks up a few extra. Ball will be at the 15-yard line. Pass open to the flat for number 18. I believe that's the 6th different player that Jones has connected with. Really spreading out the offense. It's been penalties that have hurt the Rams today. Up 11-0. Early here in the second quarter. They're going to try to take the sure points here. It'll be Tyson Burgo, 88, to kick this field goal. Well, no, pardon me. He will be the holder. Oh no, it'll be Gideon Kremler, the holder. Just making sure they have the right amount of players out on the field. Referees furiously scribbling on their notepads. Once again, just a beautiful day here in Langley. 27 degrees at kickoff. Tyson Burgo will line up, and you wonder if Dosanjh has been hurt. Burgo has punted. Coming in. Nails that one through, another 3 points for the Rams. It was not a Rembrandt or Picasso, but it did the job, got the 3 points. And now essentially a 2-score lead, 14-0 after the field goal. So Trey Jones is 10 of 13 on the game. Longest run has come via his legs. He picked up over 50 yards on that play. Kodiaks will keep hanging around. If they get this offense in gear, we could have quite the second half. Defense has done its job, especially up front. Rams want to rebound after that loss to the West Shore Rebels last week, where the second half did them in. Burgo to kick from the 45. End over end, scooped up by Braden Van Sommeren. Number 3, Aiden Simpson. He's a little frustrated as he slams the football down to the turf. Ball placed at the 35-yard line, and that's where the Kodiaks will go to work. Aiden Simpson had 3 returns. Not a lot of yards coming into this game. Kodiaks tried to stay on side. It looked like he was walking the tightrope. Number 8, Caden Wagner. When you're a big boy, though, it's kind of hard to camouflage stepping over the line. Wagner actually the top receiver for the Kodiaks coming into this game, had 15 receptions, 178 yards and a touchdown. No Kodiak receivers added to that total yet. Sabine looking for his first completion to his team. They'll line up Braden Van Someren, part of a 2-receiver package near side. Empty backfield, 3 receivers far side. Sabine checks, looks. And thankfully for Sabine, not only overthrew his receiver, overthrew the defender. And that'll move Sabine to 0 for 4 to start this game. One of those plays where if you're not going to hit your target, make sure the other team doesn't get it. Play action over the middle. Oh! In and out of the receiver's hands. Intended for number 11, Cale Cowley. And then slipped out of the hands of the defender. So Rams almost had their second interception. And that one a little bit high for Cowley. And Owen Mary thought he had a pick. I think he was surprised that it kind of fluttered into his hands. So Sabine 0 for 5. That'll bring out the punt team once again. In a chess match of field position. Rams bring the heat. They blocked it. Picked up at the 15 to the 5. There's a touchdown, Rams. Number 33, Howard Zhao, who was injured earlier in the game, back in the game. So at 10-19, the Rams take the 20-0 lead with a chance at the extra point. And Zhao will get the ice around his neck, the Rams pendant with the oversized logo. And give that to the player that makes a big play. The good news for the Kodiaks, they won't have long to mull over that. They'll get the ball back. And look for a way to get this offense going. Do you try some trick plays? Do you try some jet sweeps? What will it take? Lots of movement by the Rams. So that'll move the extra point attempt back a few more yards, a little closer to a field goal. And with the regular kicker out of commission, even these extra points are not a given. As Tyson Burgo goes through his paces, kicks that up, splits the uprights, and it's a 21-0 lead. So the Rams, with some good play on special teams, extend their lead. They'll hope to keep the Kodiaks to another 2-0. And one thing that is doing, it puts a little extra pressure on your defense, especially the front four, who were playing so well, putting them on the field more often. You want to keep them fresh. As Kodiaks hoping that the bus legs, as they call them, when you're on that long trip, sometimes it takes a little bit to kind of get loose and limber. Flag already flies. Kodiaks will scoop it up and pinball their way up to about the 32-yard line. Aiden Simpson. Well, but that flag went down right away. It looks like it was against the Rams, so you wonder if it was early movement. That's some good news for the Kodiaks, if so. Yeah, so it was offside on the Langley Rams in the Navy jerseys with the yellow lettering, white and navy helmets. So they're going to do this all over again. Simpson's been the primary returner. He is wearing number 3 over towards the near side on the right side. So Burgo has been handling the majority of the kicking duties. He'll kick off from his own 40-yard line this time, and booms that one deep. Skipped up at the 15-yard line by Simpson, looking for a hole to open up, and he may have got his wish. Simpson up to about the 45-yard line, best field position for the Kodiaks in a long, long time in this game. And we'll see if the Kodiaks stay with number 2, Sam Sabine. And it looks like they will as he jumps into the huddle for a quick second. Two backs in the backfield. There's the give. Nice power run up the middle. Gain of about 8 on the play. And it was number 7, Omarion Martin, with the run. Best run of the day for the Kodiaks, maybe sparked by a good return by Simpson. Find themselves in the hole down 21-0. Just one receiver near side, 3 to the far side, 2 in the backfield. Give up the middle, he's still on his feet. And that will be enough for a first down. Back-to-back runs for Omarion Martin. Picks up 3 on the play, and more importantly for the Kodiak, that'll move the chains for the first time this game. Perhaps the spark will become an ember. You know, that defensive line with a big thumbs up there as they get a little extra breathing room. A little time to get that extra gulp of water. Sabine now feels the heat, scrambles to the right, tries to spin move and picks up some positive yards, about 2, maybe 3 on the play. We'll see how generous they are on the play. Was it the 50? It looks like they'll spot him up to about the 47-yard line inside Rams territory. So 2nd and 7 for Sabine and the Kodiaks. In those white away jerseys with the black helmets, clad in gold. Pass out there, and case, unfortunately, for the receiver thinking about what he was going to do after he caught the ball, but forgot the most important part, which is securing the ball. Can't pin that one on the quarterback. And that'll bring up 3rd down, and the Kodiaks will look to pin the Rams deep. And Trey Jones will be chomping at the bit to get back out there. I mentioned Jones, 10 of 13. 1 interception, 1 touchdown. Kodiaks set to punt from their own 50, right inside the Cloud Athletic Park logo. High bouncer, and it takes Kodiak's bounce down to about the 11. And I tell you what, if Ryan Gosen had eluded that last tackle, this one's going for a massive, massive gain. Credit number 25, and that is Peyton Briere, who came in and wrapped him up, because if he didn't, I tell you what, he'd found the corner, and he was chewing up some yards. So the Rams will start at their own 29-yard line. Jones flanked by 1. Looks over to his left. He's got a wide open man in the flat. And that one caught by Gosen. It's been good on the returns. And that is Gosen's second reception of the day. That was a first down. So when Jones made very quick decisions, he's been very hard to stop. They'll go back to the ground. Cairo Hassan pounds his way up. But once again, this front four limits what he can do. They played like a bouncer in a hot nightclub as he gets to the rope and they say, no, you can't get in. Gain of about 5 on the play for Hassan. Back-to-back 5-yard runs. Jones now, empty backfield, looks over to the left. He's got his brother Terrell. He's wrapped up and depends where they mark it. Do they say his forward progress was stopped up? This may bring out the chains. That is the third reception for Terrell Jones. Bad news for the Kodiaks, though, is number 14, Matt Stackhouse, the defensive back, slow to get up. And they'll bring in the trainer. So to recap the scoring, it was an Anderson touchdown, 11:47 in the first. Back-to-back safeties made it 11-0 for the Rams in the first quarter. In the second quarter, it was Burgo with a short field goal, made it 14-0 at 11:49 of the second. And then a blocked punt made it a 21-0 lead. They say only 20-0 here on the scoreboard. I thought the extra point was good. Perhaps maybe it was a little wide. The confirmation at halftime. We'll also have a look at the out-of-town scoreboard and see how the Huskers and Rebels game is going. But for now, the focus is on the game at hand here. And this will bring up 3rd and short. Now, do you pound it in the ground with Hassan, or is it a Trey Jones keeper kind of moment? It will be Jones under center, trying to lean under those big hogs up top. Kodiaks will bring the house up to the line. Jones with a handoff to Hassan. He finds a hole, slips around that, and he's taken down at about the 44-yard line, and a huge run for Hassan as the ball was at the 51-yard line. So about a 10-yard run for Hassan. Second 10-yard run of the day for the Langley Rams back. They have not used Bruce Jones very much tonight. In fact, I don't think they've used him at all. Jet sweep now. Looking around the corner. Taking down a nice tackle. Stops that from being a first down. Ends up being a 9-yard run for Brox Comia. They love using him on the jet sweep. Good tackle there by number 21, Shandon Donovan. We've called his name a few times this afternoon. Breeze is blowing from the near side of the field to the far side of the field. Kodiak's trying to cool off this Rams offense. Jones, play action, slings that sidearm, finds the target. Tackle down about the 20-yard line, and the completion to number 9, Isaiah Edwards. Third reception for Edwards. And 3 straight completions for Trey Jones, and another first down for the Rams. So Trey Jones, 12 for 15 in the game. Doing it a number of ways. That was a little Patrick Mahomes kind of sidearm sling. Finding those receivers in the flat. They're finding the soft parts of the field, getting open. Nickel and diming their way down to first downs. Overall, the runs have not been as effective as I'm sure Coach McCarty would like. And that will make Craig Briere, the defensive coordinator, very happy. For the Prince George Kodiaks. Just a reminder, there is the rubber match next week at Massage Place Stadium. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff in Prince George. I know Prince George had a few fans made the long journey to the island last week in that historic win. From my vantage point, kind of hard to see, but I'm sure there's a sprinkling of fans in the stands here. Rams with a good turnout. In motion is Comia. Trey Jones steps back, slings that wide. Jump ball, good defensive play there by Shannon Donovan. He's made a couple of them today. Otherwise, that would have been a sure touchdown because a nice throw from Jones. Just set in, had the time, threw it up looking for number 9, Isaiah Edwards, but that pass broken up, and that was a big one by Donovan. Donovan and Bertram have really done a nice job for this Kodiaks defense. And just the 4th incomplete pass for Jones. Once again, throws that long. He's got the man. He's got the touchdown, Rams. Comia. 2:30 remaining in the second quarter. I know it's just a case of Jones, very quick release. And Comia just outraced his man. Got to the corner of the end zone. Slipped around the defender. It was number 12, Hayden Matheson, in coverage. Rams have jumped out to a big 27-0 lead here with 2:30 left in the second quarter. And Kodiaks will go back to the drawing board. I see number 34, Christian Watko, holding on to the Rams bling. So 28-0 lead for the Rams. 2 touchdown throws for Trey Jones. 1 blocked punt for a touchdown. A couple of safeties round out the scoring. Kodiaks would love to get into the end zone. Get a little bit of that feel-good feeling back in their bones before halftime. A little bit of a pooched kick. That one scooped up. And he gets pinballed into about 3 Navy jerseys. Does Aiden Simpson, who had a real nice run last time they kicked off to him. So the Kodiaks offense will go to work from about their own 29-yard line. They've not been blessed with great field position for the majority of this game. They'll actually push it back to the 20-yard line. They'll call holding on the return and look for anything to get going. They've had a couple of decent runs from number 7, Omarion Martin. 4 receivers, far sides will stack that. Give instead right up the middle. Nice run. Martin jukes around another tackler, and he will pick up, I believe, enough for the first down. If he didn't get the first down, he is about a foot away. And the Kodiaks fans will scream Grinch on that play as it's 2nd and short on a 9-yard run Martin, he's had runs of 8 and 9 yards. And if you want to climb up a mountain, you got to go one step at a time, and you often need a good Sherpa. The Kodiaks find themselves down. Play action right up the middle. That one swatted down. Isaiah Cooper, the linebacker. And Sabine's struggles continue. 0 for 8 with an interception. You almost wonder if the Kodiaks are thinking, let's just go Wildcat every time. We've got a couple of good running backs, Xander Shane. We've seen Marion Martin, what he can do. Shane's really been a non-factor in this game. And I don't see him in the non-active players. And that one, a high one. And it's going to take a Rams bounce, but thankfully for the Kodiaks, that bounce came on the sidelines. So Rams in a real good field position late in the first half. 1:36 to go for Trey Jones on the offense. If they stay with Jones, we may get a chance to see Gideon Kremler make his way in eventually, if this scoreline holds. Jones for now, though, and he's got his namesake, Bruce Jones, in the backfield. 239 yards for Bruce Jones. He'll clear out the backfield, though. Jones will send that and actually hit the numbers of number 81, Isaiah Anderson. Are they going to call this pass interference, though? Or hold? That'll be a penalty against the Rams, so that play negated. Only a few seconds elapsed off the clock, though. So they'll call the penalty on Isaiah Anderson, the man who the football hit his numbers in the back of his jersey. The reason he wasn't turned around, he was too busy holding the defender. Perhaps trying to block downfield a little too soon. So penalty against the Rams. March Sem back. Still first down, but it's 1st and 20. The ball placed at the midpoint of this field. A little bit of a delay, though. Let's get a nice shot there of the Rams bench and the huddle. You see the coach in there drawing things up. Jordan McCarty, who also doubles as the offensive coordinator. You often find that, too. I know in the Valley, which is a team I normally call games for, Bob Reist, because his specialty was defense, will often call the defensive plays. Trey Jones, get it snapped to him at about his own 50-yard line. 3 receivers set far side. 2 to the near side. And it is the give to Bruce Jones. He'll pick it up and march his way to the original line of scrimmage. So a gain of about 10. Nice run for Bruce Jones. They'll actually give him 11 apparently on the play. And that will spot the ball at the 45-yard line inside Prince George territory. Trey Jones fired a rope over the middle through the hands of the intended target. Once again, Isaiah Anderson, that target. Just the 4th incompletion, and then if you add the interception, that would be 5 incompletions for Trey Jones. Got 13 completions, though, does Jones. Is Burgo. Good roll there, all the way back to the end zone. The Kodiaks player nowhere to go. Actually stepped, I think. Did he step back into his own end zone, or did he just stay outside? There's a flag. It might be no yards, though. That could be the saving grace for the Kodiaks. And it was no yards, and so they'll avoid giving up some points and get out at least out of the shadow of the goalposts. But it is a long field to march. 1:01 left in the first half. Down 28-0. So they're going to mark the ball down at the 16-yard line. And you know the Kodiaks would absolutely love a big play just to give them a little bit of confidence, because right now it has been very tough sledding for this Prince George offense. Pass. And a nice run, and that one very close to a first down. And once again, it's Martin who will pick up, depending on where they mark it, is it 8 or 9 yards on the run? We'll give them 9 on the play as the referee about a yard short, and they'll mark it down. So that's been the most successful offensive play in this game. The last 4 runs for Martin, he's ran 8, 3, 9, and 9 in terms of yardage. It's almost a first down every time he's touched it. As a member of the Rams getting helped off the field, Howard Zhao, second time today. These young men are absolute warriors. They will stay in the game until they physically cannot stay in the game anymore. That's how much they love this sport. It's now 55 seconds to go. Kodiaks, second and short. Been most successful on the ground as of late. 2 players in the backfield with Sam Sabine. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Referee now will blow the play in. It's a 3-man front for the Langley Rams. And a slight delay. After a lengthy delay now the Rams will bring a 4th man up front there, but it doesn't matter. Good run once again by the Kodiaks. Oh, and he plows his way ahead. Gets it up to about the 37-yard line. So what's that? That's what, about 14 yards on that run. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This time, though, he runs into a wall of Navy. And that will be no gain. Martin stopped up. It took 4 guys to bring him down. Time the enemy now, though, as the clock continues to tick. You have to wonder, will the Kodiaks take one stab at the end zone? 2 receivers set to the far side. No, they'll keep it on the ground. Martin lowers his shoulders and moves it ahead up to about the 41-yard line. That will be the last play of the quarter and the half, and it is the hometown Rams comfortably in front, 28-0, and they're saying 27 here. We're saying 28 here. We'll get the real deal for you in a moment. I'm Warren Andrews. Thanks for tuning in to this BCFC telecast. We'll take a short break. We'll be back just before the beginning of the 3rd quarter here on TELUS Optic 1981. All right, and welcome back as we get set for the second half here at McLeod Athletic Park in Langley. And it will be the Kodiaks receiving the kick at about the 20-yard line, and Aiden Simpson slips ahead. Quick look at the stats from the first half. Leading the rushers was actually the quarterback for the Rams, and Trey Jones doing everything. 2 carries for 58 yards, aided by that very large run in the second quarter. Receivers, number 5, Brox Comey had 3 catches for 56 yards and a touchdown. And for passing, Jones went 15 of 21, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. As for the Kodiaks, I misspoke. Their quarterback did complete a pass. Sam Sabine got a 1-yard reception, so he was 1 for 9. And it was number 84 who caught that pass, Aiden Lewis. Well, Marion Martin, who just rushed the ball, had 8 carries for 45 yards. He'll add to that total there. And there's your first half stats for the Win Media. The best in the Valley when it comes to sports video production. Thanks for tuning in on BCFC TV, or if you're watching on Telus Optic 1981. Warren Andrews in for Jake Elliott, who's calling game 1 of the Mann Cup. That's the national or BC Lacrosse Championship. As they'll stick with Sabine, and that one will slip in and out of the hands of the intended target, Cale Cowley. So after a run of no gain, bring up 3rd down for the Kodiaks. And I've been informed the punter is Matt Stackhouse. He'll line up at his own 32. Just gets that ball away. Takes a Kodiak bounce down to about the 25-yard line. And then a flag late, and you can tell the Kodiak player knew he did a boo-boo. 73. That's Jules Trench. I'm not sure if he got hit late or if he did the hitting late. We'll see who the penalty's against. It looks like the penalty was against the Rams, so late hit against the Rams on Jules Trench, who's down on one knee. Trench has been one of those defensive linemen that's done a nice job of keeping the running game at bay, and in fact it is the quarterback who leads all runners on the Langley Rams side. So the ball placed at the 39-yard line. Jules Trench still being tended to, though, so there'll be a brief pause. Let you know, one of the out-of-town scorers in that battle for first place, it has not been much of a battle, as more of a slaughter, as the Valley Huskers have gone into Victoria, and they are losing 33-7 at the half to the powerful West Shore Rebels, who came in here and squeezed out a victory against the Langley Rams with a late touchdown. They have been the class of the BCFC so far. They rolled over the Okanagan Sun, who had looked pretty darn good and were the defending champs. So as Trench makes his way of his own volition, which is good news for the Kodiaks, they'll line up 4 in the defensive position. 3 receivers set far side, 2 in the backfield. There's the give. Number 34, shaped like a tank. And that is Christian Watko, also known as Jello Watko, former Seaquam Seahawk. High school football, played for a number of Border Bowl teams, gets his first touch. I know he's coming off of a broken arm, and his mom, Janice Lozano, who's a big shot in the Filipino media community. She'll be delighted to see him get a touch, but that run, all for naught. It will only live in his memories as the penalty against the Rams will march that ball back to the 29-yard line. Trey Jones now with a long field, 1st and 20. Screen play, and I was gonna say, Christmas may have come early, but unfortunately that will be a pass interference against the Kodiaks, who jumped the gun just a little too early. Jones with the quick screen pass out there, and about a half second into the fray a little early for number 3, Aiden Simpson, the returner. And so the ball right now, they're marking the ball at the 31-yard line, so not sure if they're saying was it complete a pass. I honestly at times wish I could read lips. Trey Jones steps back, looks, first read, doesn't count. Finds his man, second read. That will be enough for a first down and a punishing hit to get his man out of bounds. Hit by number 35, Tristan Harden. But that is a Rams first down and a big one. It was number 8 secured the ball. Number 8, Gideon Kremler, he's the backup quarterback. So that's one way of getting your backup quarterback into the action. Bring him in a receiver package. Now they'll go to the far side. Rounds the edge and then taken down, but it will be another Rams first down, barring any flags. The pass to number 5, who's been the leading receiver, and that's Brox Comia. It's his 4th catch. And he's got about 70 yards so far on the day, so Kodiaks will want to keep a close eye on where the number 5 is on the field. There's a handoff. Hassan juking and jiving. There is a flag, though, thrown. Is that a hold against the Rams? Yeah, it's a hold against the Rams, and so that run will be negated. 28-0 lead for the host Rams in Navy against the visiting Prince George Kodiaks in their 2nd year of existence. First under head coach Jamie Borum, former CFL kicker and Okanagan Sun head coach. Jones flanked by 1, 3 receivers far side, 2 to the near side, give to Hassan again. Slight hole opened up, but then collapsed in a hurry, and then a late flag. Is there going to be unnecessary roughness? Referees have been awfully busy to start this second half. And the Rams, once again, will get pushed back more yards, making the Kodiaks defense their job a little bit easier. For the second time this half, it will be 1st and 20. Actually, more than 1st and 20 after that penalty. Oh my goodness. The ball spotted now at the 32-yard line. Rams have to get inside the Kodiak half up to the 45. Now, one thing the Kodiaks will need to be aware of is the leg of Trey Jones, who ripped off a 50-plus yard run in the first half. Instead, they'll give it to Hassan, waits for the hole to open up, finds it, and then barreled down, and he took what the defense gave him, and that marched him up to about the 48-yard line. Not enough for the first down, though, and it's still 2nd and about 17. So he gobbled up a little over half of what he needed. 13-yard run for the talented back, Cairo Hassan. 3rd down, and I think Coach McCarty's going to take no chance with the ball at about the midway point. He's just going to punt this one away. And now it's 28, Malcolm Cameron, the kicker for the Rams. Back to receive this, Simpson will be at his own 23-yard line. He'll inch back a little bit, unsure of maybe just how far this kick is going to go. And it's much easier to run into the ball being kicked than it is to have to backpedal and scoop it up. The ball will be kicked from about the 34-yard line. Line drive, and a nice one right into the arms of Simpson, who secures it at his 20. Looked like he had an opening over to the left side and instead elected to go right up the middle, and he was swallowed up in doing that. And so it will be Kodiak's offense spotted at their own 30-yard line, and that's where they'll go to work. They've been most successful when Marion Martin has run the ball, number 7 for them. Ripped off 3 decent runs. No big plays for the Kodiaks as of yet. Rams would like to keep it that way. They'll start with a 4-man front. Kodiaks will load 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side as it is Braden Van Somberen over on the near side. Sabine checks, goes over the middle, and he gives it away. Interception, Rams. And he looks like he's going to take it to the house, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Rams. Number 4, Sean Cullen into the end zone. Second interception for Sabine, who now has gone to 1 for 10 with 2 INTs. Not the dream start for him. I know that the Kodiaks do have a small contingent here cheering on their team. Gave them a warm welcome to start the second half as they made their way out of the tunnel. Kick is up, kick is good. That'll expand the lead. Now it's 35-0. After back-to-back wins for the Kodiaks, you know they were expecting better things coming here to McLeod Athletic Park. They'll get another chance here, and I guess you got to credit Kodiak's coaching staff with sticking with their man through thick and thin. Not sure if the backup has taken a few knocks and maybe not good to go. But when you're down a fair amount, the only good news is you can kind of loosen up and maybe try a few plays that you might not try in a tight game. Remember, these two teams will do battle again next week in Prince George off the helmet. Scooped up, then taken down, and Simpson angrily spikes that into the turf. Rams special teams have gotten down there in a hurry. And once again, he made a first man miss in number 6. And that's Aaron Lindemann, that taken down by Adam Hogue. The Kodiaks will start at their own 32-yard line. It is a new quarterback into the fold, Quinn Newcomb, the former Duchess Park Condor, into the game. Newcomb was the top passer in terms of completing passes, 29 of 69 coming into the game, 2 touchdowns, 5 INTs. So that run will yield about 4 yards. Newcomb now steps back, avoids the pressure, nice job. Pinballed ahead and almost got the first down off the hit. And now a decision will need to be made by the Kodiaks coaching staff. And he rumbled ahead for about 4 yards. So it will be 3rd and about 3. And they're going to punt this ball away. Stackhouse will wait at his own 21. One returner waits for it. Got that kick up and he soared it over to the 45-yard line. Takes another Kodiaks bounce. And that gave the special teams of the Kodiaks enough time to get some tacklers in there, and they'll start up from about their own 40-yard line. As you can see, took another Kodiak bounce, and Ryan Gosen didn't have very far to go before he was wrapped up. 7:37 to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's a comfortable lead for the Rams at home. Top target today has been Brox Comia. As Trey Jones has spread the offense around like a lottery winner, giving a little bit to lots of extended family members. There is Bruce Jones. Like a sled dog, pulls a couple of defenders with him. That's going to be a 9-yard pickup for 18. Very close to a first down. Ball at the 50, they need to get to the 51. It is only 2nd down, so they'll have 2 cracks to the cat here. Jones will go in the gun though, flanked by 2. There's the give, and there's Jello Watko again, and the big boy powered that ahead. He'll pick up 2. So first down, Langley Rams. Jones takes the snap, looks left, decides to scramble, then slides in there, and he'll pick up about 7 on the play, maybe 8, depending on the spot. They'll only give him about 6 yards on that play. That'll bring up 2nd and 4. 5.5 to go here as the clock continues to tick. From the logo, Jones takes the snap, Looks left and finds a man wide open. Across the middle. Just a massive pickup as the ball was at the 53-yard line. So that will be about a 30-yard reception caught by Terrell Jones. Fourth reception for Jones from his brother. Trey Jones handoff. Hassan finds a big hole over on the right side, and then he is dropped down. Looks like he got enough for the first down. 10-yard scamper, so he followed up a 13-yard run with a 10-yard run, and the ball once again in the red zone up at the 11. Trey Jones gets the call from the sideline in the huddle. They'll break his brother Terrell with four receptions, along with the leading receiver Brox Comia loaded up on the left side. Two receivers far side in motion. Give to Hassan again, plows right up the middle. Good tackle there though. I think that was number 8. No, it wouldn't be 18. That's Xander Shane. Kodiak's defense so will limit the gain there. A pickup of maybe 3 on the play. No wrinkles in that play though, just straight ahead power football. Hassan finds a hole, finds the end zone, touchdown Rams. Gain of about 8. That'll be the first touchdown of the day for Hassan. At 3:13 in the third quarter. And the paying Langley faithful have got their money's worth today. Kick is up. That one is good again. Make it a 42-0 scoreline. In the waning moments here of this third quarter. And oftentimes it's the running back gets the glory for the touchdown, but really you got to credit the big boys up front who opened up the hole and allowed him to run unimpeded into the end zone. And this Rams defensive front had been left out on the field for longer than they would have liked, as the offense has had a hard time getting going. And a booming kick. Simpson now would love to break a big one. He's got a wall of blockers in front of him. Just taken down by a paw at the 34-yard line. Looked promising. Picked up that one at about his 7-yard line. Nice job, patiently waited, but then at the last second, Baluk Michael was able to get a mid on him and take him down, and so Kodiaks will start at their own 34-yard line. So Newcomb, love that name, in at quarterback. Floats that one up high and almost intercepted as the receiver and the quarterback not on the same page. You like the idea, kind of floated that up there, but a little too much weight on the pass. But Kodiaks dodge a bullet there because that would have been like a stake through the heart of a vampire. They'll line up 3 receivers to the near side. Will the Kodiaks, Carson Briere, number 9. 2 receivers far side. Newcomb looks over the middle. Closest player was number 10, Owen Mary, who's had 2 very good chances at interceptions, and that one just a little too far. So a 2-0 for this Kodiaks offense. .210 to go as the running the clock, even though the ball into the turf. And a kick from the 20-yard line for the Kodiaks, unless they've got a trick play up their sleeve. They may want to have thought of a trick play as bobbled snap. And when it rains, it pours, and unfortunately, when you're in the valley, it often rains. Not today, though. Ball will be spotted for the Rams at about their 31-yard line. And it's one of those games, I think you hope if you're the Kodiaks coaching staff that, you know what, just get all this out of your system. Get it out. We got these guys again next week. And for the Rams, you're kind of hoping, hey, don't shoot your whole wad at the casino in one game. Jones stays in there. Hand off to Hassan. Slides around one tackle. The second drags another one down. A little power run. Hassan down to about the 5-yard line on a big rumble there. That one picked up a whole chunk of yardage, and they did have a hand on him earlier. Couldn't quite corral him in. He's a powerful running back. He may get rewarded with another handoff here, and yeah, they'll give to him. Kodiaks still don't want to see another touchdown celebration dance, and they'll stymie him up. He picks up maybe 1 on the play. So I'll bring up 2nd down. Rams threatening again here. Up comfortably at home. Last few seconds of the 3rd quarter. Jones still in the game. Flag flies, might be offside by the Rams. We'll see what the call is. Rams have done this a number of times. Hasn't hurt them in the overall score line, but so we just wait for the officials to make the official call. Kodiak's coaching staff may want to hire a shaman to get some magic into this offense. They'll need to stop the Rams one more time here, though. It's actually an offside against the Kodiak's defense, and that'll put the ball up to the 2-yard line. Rams will love to punch this one in, reward Hassan for a couple of big runs. Kodiaks would love a little moral victory here and stop up the run. They will go to Hassan. Powering ahead, it will be a touchdown. Hassan and the Kodiaks, and that is his 2nd touchdown at 3 carries. And this one slipping away a bit from the Kodiaks. I've never played this level of football, but I would imagine in a situation like this, you almost have to wipe out what the score line is, try to win a quarter. And for the Rams, it's an opportunity maybe to bring in some players that don't get regular playing time and see how do they do against a team that's still going to be competing very hard. So 2 Hassan touchdowns. Anderson, Comia also have touchdowns, along with that blocked punt that went for a touchdown. That's been the majority of the scoring, along with an interception for a touchdown and a couple of safeties tacked in there. And it's the end of the third quarter, a fourth quarter about to get underway. As you can see, a beautiful shot there by For the Win Media. The shadow of the building making its way out halfway through on a beautiful sunny day here in the township of Langley. Normally you get the air show. Normally there's a number of planes flying back and forth. I haven't seen much today. Maybe with the price of airline fuel, planes staying grounded a little more than they normally would. And the Rams will kick off to start this fourth quarter, and that one fielded by the Kodiaks. Slipping one way, slips around one tackle. Slides ahead up to about the 33-yard line. Kodiaks, decent field position. They've actually been in or around this area a number of times since the end of the first quarter. So as you can see, the Rams do have a 50-50 pot. Someone's going to be going home with just over $800. Not too bad. If you're a Rams fan, you're enjoying this football game, I'm sure. Newcomb with the handoff. Right up the middle, a power run there. It's number 7, or Marion Martin. We're going to mark this one down at about the 35-yard line, so 2-yard gain for Marion Martin. He has had a run of 14, a couple of 9, one of 8. Showed some consistency overall. Newcomb right over the middle into the hands of the defender. Still on his feet. Taken down by our Marion Martin on a touchdown-saving tackle. And it was number 14, Kyle Huish, who had a couple of interceptions against the West Shore Rebels, adds to his interception total here. And Huish, that'll be interception number 4 on the season, leads the team in that category. So poor Quinn Newcomb, 0 for 3 passing. One of those for an interception. Rams now with a new quarterback. Guns at in, looking for the target. It was Max Boogie, number 7. This first pass incomplete. As you can see, that interception, just some bad luck for Newcomb. Went off of the receiver's hands. And Kyle Huish said, "Thank you very much." Probably had dreams of a touchdown, but that was stopped by the running back, Martin. Looking for Terrell on that play, Terrell Jones. That'll bring up 2nd and goal for the Rams. Quick little hydration break for the official on a very warm day here in the Valley. 26 degrees in the township of Langley. Not a cloud in the sky. Boogie barks out the signals, throws that one, finds his man. Good defensive coverage will limit that pass to 5 yards on the reception by Brox Comia. Oh, it was number 9, pardon me, Isaiah Edwards. So that'll bring up 3rd down and a decision for the Rams coaching staff. Do they go for it? Do you go for the field goal? And they're going to go for it. Give Boogie a chance to see if he can get into the end zone. He is flanked by Hassan, who's going to step up to block, finds his man wide open, touchdown Rams. And that time it is Comia into the end zone. So Boogie 2 for 3 with a touchdown. And a perfectly weighted throw just over the hands of the defender. We have seen some lopsided score lines in this BCFC season. Raiders have been the ones that have suffered the most in terms of the score line this year. Yet to win a game. They're taking on the Okanagan Sun this weekend. And you can see Comia slowly getting up after scoring the touchdown and hobbling his way to the sidelines. Kemmler the hold. There's the snap. The kick is up. Kick is through. Tyson Burgo. So for the Kodiaks now, it's just a matter of eliminate that goose egg, get someone into the end zone for the Rams. This defense wants to keep that score line exactly where it is. And after a very tight, heartbreaking loss against the West Shore Rebels here at home, they have roared back with a vengeance today, led by that offensive line and Trey Jones, who had a marvelous game under center. 12:46 to go here in the football game. There's the high end-over-end kick fielded at the 15 by Simpson. Oh, and he's taken down at the 25-yard line. Pick up a maybe 10 on the play. Kind of went vertical. It was 29, Lucas Boking with the tackle. You'd have to think these Kodiaks receivers have to be absolutely itching to get their hands on the ball. They have not seen many targets come their way. Once again, Carson Briere, one of 3 receivers near side. There's the pitch back on the option. Sweep around, a nice play by the Kodiaks. They'll pick up some positive yardage. So first, a little fake handoff, and then the pitch outside a la rugby style. As you can see from the scoreline, Rams comfortably in front here, partway through this 4th quarter. Newcomb will have 2 in the backfield to choose from. Once again, 3 receivers set over to the left side. Jumped the gun though, and believe the ball will be marched back a couple of yards. Game that had a lot of promise with both teams coming in at 2-2. But with the Huskers also losing, Rams can really jump up in the standings with this game. And if the Huskers lose, Huskers have played one extra game, but they sit in third place with the loss with the Huskers. Newcomb throws it over the middle and he completes the pass up to the 41-yard line, biggest reception of the night. A nice play as he stood in the pocket and waited for things to open up and fired a bullet over the middle. Found his man, number 8, Caden Wagner, with the reception. So that's 2 straight completions for Newcomb. Takes the snap, doesn't like the first read, rolls out one way, and now he'll slide his way the other way. On his feet, floats out ahead, it's got his man. But the ball is batted down, is it? Or is it? Yeah, it's not intercepted. Newcomb did everything right on that play, but the Rams, good job pursuing him. Threw that up, just too many blue jerseys around. Looking for number 11, Cale Cowley. That'll bring up second down for the Kodiaks. Ball at the 41-yard line. 10:21 remaining in the fourth quarter. Rams bring some pressure. 5-man front now. And they will wrap up Newcomb and take him down at about the 32-yard line. And Laren Linden leading the charge. One of the 2 players to get their hands on the quarterback, number 52. Also Jesse Garvin with the sack. Just over 9.5 minutes remaining. Third down here, and the Kodiaks will punt. Another low one. The last couple of long snaps have not gone the way that the Kodiaks would have liked. Very low snap into the turf. And the Rams with excellent field position here again. As Boogie remain under center for the Rams. And really in a situation like this in the fourth quarter, well, the only players you don't want to swap out are your offensive line. You want to keep those backups coming in protected. Referee blew the whistle before the play got underway. So after a lengthy delay, referees will spot the ball at about the 24-yard line. Rams threatening once again, up 55-0. Looking to break the 60-point mark. Kodiaks are only giving up an average of about 26 points a game coming into this one. This is going to mess with that average as the pass overthrown by the young pivot of the Rams. So he's now 2 for 4 with a touchdown. Don't forget to check out the BCFC social media channels. They're on Instagram, they're on YouTube, on Twitter, and on Facebook. Interviews with players is right over the middle, into the end zone. Touchdown Rams. And the C's just opened up. And number 9 with a touchdown. Second reception from Isaiah Edwards from the arm of Max Buki. He had 3 receptions from Trey Jones, so 5 receptions on this afternoon. As a big boy comes in for the Rams, number 67, Verinder Dillon. Complete the blocking scheme up front. Kick is up, kick is through. So 62 points on the board for the hometown Rams. 8:33 left in the fourth quarter. For the Rams, maybe the only danger is you run up the score, and then you got to go into the other team's building. Whole different atmosphere. Interesting to see how the rubber match is at Massage Place Stadium next week in Prince George, which is not the most inviting of atmospheres for visiting teams. Everything has gone the Rams' way in this one, though. Passes that could have been caught have squeezed through the receiver's hands and ended up in the hands of a player wearing blue. Simpson will get the ball up to about the 23-yard line. Did everything right there, waited for the blocking to set up. Unfortunately, though, for the Kodiaks, Rams special teamers shot the gap and got there first before the blocking could get set up. And so the Kodiaks with a long field to contend with here. And perhaps some of these Rams defenders that don't get a lot of touches will get their chance now, and a chance to rest these starters. Newcomb rolls out, finds his man. Now that one caught. So Newcomb's had a little more success. 3 for 7 in the game is Quinn Newcomb. Pass out there to number 8, Caden Wagner. That's his second reception. He'll lead all Kodiaks in receptions with that. Newcomb now will roll out to the left with a blocker in front. Throws that one high. Ooh, and actually a nice pass, but slipped through the fingertips of the receiver, who found himself in the Rams bench. So Newcomb just rolled out, had Martin in front to block. Aired that out where only the receiver could get it, but just out of his grasp. Really, if you're the Kodiaks, every down now is 3 down territory. They're going to punt this one away. Ball at the 18 is where they'll snap it from. This time the snap does get to the kicker. He'll send that deep down to the 45-yard line. Stiff arm. Oh, and he's taking that's a nice defensive play by the Kodiak special teamer, because he took a wallop. Number 5, Tayman Padoki. He was stiff-armed down to the ground, had the wherewithal to do a shoestring tackle, on number 12, Ryan Gosen. And when you're a team on the wrong side of the scoreline, you got to look for those little silver linings. That was one right there. That's a guy that says, I don't care what the scoreline is, I'm going to battle until that very final whistle. Rams now start up from just outside their own 40. Pass is complete. And taken down, a small reception. Not much in terms of yards after catch. That pass caught by 82, Jalen Duncan. And for Jalen Duncan, that's his first reception this season. Bogey steps back, throws that, and back over to 82 again. Back-to-back receptions for Duncan. Not enough for a first down, though. So now the Rams will punt it away. 5:20 as the clock will continue to tick. A little shot on the sidelines there of some of the Rams enjoying this game. Number 10 and number 13. 10 is Owen Mary. 13, Ethan Gino. One of my favorite names in junior football. Rams have got the right numbers out there, set to punt it away from their 35. And he shanked that one. He gets another roll, though, and that one will settle and nestle down about the 38. And then I think that's the kicker that rushed in there to get that. So I think the Rams are going to keep possession here. Was that Cameron? And he hurried in there because you cannot impede the kicker from trying to recover his own kick. That's why he wasn't blocked. So no yards on Langley. Is that good news for the Kodiaks? So the Rams got nabbed with an illegal substitution. So it was a good trick play. Unfortunately, the right personnel were not in place. Remains a very comfortable lead, though, for the Rams. Just over 4.5 minutes to go here in the football game. They're going to do it all over again. I have a feeling they will not try the same play, though. Rams will kick again, this time from their own 25-yard line. Back to receive it is Simpson at his own 27. Kind of hiding in the shadows, away from the glare of this midday sun. A high snap, and that one takes a huge bounce and then stops up at the 25. Simpson slips around one. Couldn't avoid the second or third tackle, though. Kodiaks now with 4.5 minutes to go. Will try to get into the end zone for the first time today. For the Rams coaching staff, they may have a hard time finding criticism in the game film. I'm sure they will. That's what coaches do. For the Kodiaks, though, plenty to work on this week before they take on the same opponent next week at home. Will be the Rams taking the long bus ride up north. Newcomb bounced it off of the defender into the turf. I don't think they're going to say he did intentional grounding. Kind of rolled. Newcomb felt the pressure, avoided the tackle, and then just almost spiked it. And you could see the offensive lineman saying, why didn't that stay in the air? Because offensive linemen love nothing better than a deflection into their hands, and then they can rumble ahead. And often takes just like it takes an entire village to raise a child, sometimes it takes an entire village to tackle an offensive lineman. Newcomb will step back, pressure again from the Rams. Rolling right, finds his target, slips it ahead. And that may be enough for a first down. And he will have enough for the first down. Pass complete, number 13, Jerome Erickson. If I remember the story correctly, I think he missed last season with an injury. Don't quote me on that. Newcomb checks once, batted like a volleyball spike, swatted it away, but another member of the defense was hoping that would find its way into their hands. So Newcomb avoided the pressure. Chuck sat in there. Good defensive play by 47, Aiden Frisky. Batted down that pass. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Ball spotted at the 44-yard line. Newcomb barks out the signals. 3 receivers near side. He'll check that way. Rolls out again. Newcomb, quarterback keep. Stayed on his feet. Didn't get enough for the first down. Got the ball down to about the 47, 48-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down. We'll actually mark him down at the 46. He needs to get to the 52. As the chant arises from the stands. Can't quite make out what they're saying. Kodiaks sent to punt again as the Rams looked they were going to bring some pressure. Referee blows the whistle though. Back to receive this will be number 12, Ryan Gosen, as he's done for most of the game. Just a minute 58 to go in the football game. 62 points for the Rams, led by a couple of Brox Comia and Isaiah Edwards touchdowns. Hassan has also found his way into the end zone a couple of times. So after another lengthy delay, getting set to kick this one away. High snap again. Just got it away. Nice tight spiral and a big bounce. The ball is loose. And it is picked up by the Rams at the last moment. Nicholas Tremblay, the linebacker, sniffing around the area. Rams got away with the ball after the bounce there, though. Just a minute 44 left, and they'll sort out the infractions here, and it may be going against the Rams as they were speaking with a member of the Kodiaks. Okay, so the Rams got a roughing the kicker play, and so Kodiaks have a chance to try to break the goose egg. Rams want none of that. They'll have a three-man front. Be Newcomb under center. He's been able to move the chains a little bit more than his predecessor, Sabine. And in fact, his last 7 throws, he's completed 4 of them. I know the Kodiaks want to build a culture where local players really step to the forefront and become the inspiration for other younger local players to look up to. There will be growing pains along the way. So the Kodiaks will see their 2-game winning streak come to an end. Rams will get back into the win column in a big way. Newcomb checks, waits, throws it long. He's got the man open, in and out of the hands of the intended target. Carson Briere, if he had caught that, was off to the end zone. Kodiaks may want to invest in some stickum, as it's probably about the 5th pass that's gone in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. I think part of that you can credit to good defensive play by the Rams, making it difficult to snare in those passes. Newcomb's got to feel a little hard done by. Newcomb taken down, there's a sack. Getting to the end zone, Aaron Linden. And for Aaron Linden, I don't know if he's got any stats in terms of sacks or whatnot. I believe that's his first sack, obviously, of the year. Maybe one of the second stringers getting a chance to show what they can do. Low snap this time, but a high kick and a good one. Fielded out the 30 and fumbled. Do the Kodiaks recover? It's going to be no yards, though. Gosens had a little trouble with the ball the last couple of kicks. Thankfully, though, bailed out by infractions, and so it will be Rams ball. Minute 12 to go, and how long before they set up in the victory formation? I think they've got maybe got to get a first down, maybe to get into that victory formation. Ball will be spotted at the 38-yard line for the Rams. We'll move to 3-2 on the season. Kodiaks will drop to 2-3. Broncos and Raiders still below, both looking for their first wins of the season. That's Watko powering ahead. That'll be a pickup of 5 on the play. Just a big load to contend with. He was like that in high school too. He was the thunder to the lightning for the Seaquam Seahawks. Another give again. Angelo Watko will pick up a few more yards and just short of the first down. 50 seconds to go. Rams are going to punt this ball away. Too much time left on the clock to just run it out. The Kodiaks will have one more chance to do something special here. Simpson waiting for it back at his 31-yard line. 25 seconds left on the game clock. And the punt is blocked. And then the pass is incomplete. Flag flies. I'm not sure if you can do that. If once the punt is blocked, you're allowed to pick it up again and throw it. If it is, that's a new wrinkle in the CJFL handbook. It brought a little fun, though, to the crowd. So the question is here, do they rule it down where the punt was blocked and the player picked it up? Do they nullify the play? One of those gray areas. I would think that where the punt was blocked is where the ball should have been spotted, because that's where the player picked it up. But apparently it goes back to the line of scrimmage, and that's why there are other people carrying clipboards that know the rules better than I. Newcomb now, 3 seconds to go. He's just going to air it out. Wasn't sure if we're going to get one of those DeAndre Hopkins plays where he comes up with it out of a maze of players. It looks like that will be the final play of the football game, and the Rams emerged victorious after a heartbreaking loss last week for the Kodiaks. They'll get a chance to go back to the drawing board, back to the friendly confines of Massage Place Stadium, as they'll face these same foes again next week. Make sure you tune in to that one with Ethan Reddy, who will have the call for you in Prince George. Well, for the media crew of For the Win Media, I'm Warren Andrews saying thanks for tuning in as the Rams win. Keep it here on Telus Optic 1981 or on BCFCTV.com for all your junior football viewing. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend, and we'll see you next week. Good night.
Still
Both teams wait for the referee to blow the whistle, and this game is underway. A long driving kick down to about the 8-yard line. Scooped up by number 12, Ryan Gosin. Slips around one defender, curls around the edge, taken out at about the 2 receivers set near side, 3 receivers far side in motion. Trey Jones will go to his brother Terrell, and he'll step out of bounds. About 2nd and 1. Trey Jones now into the flat, finds his man right in the middle. He's taken down. Jones 3 for 3. If you're watching late at night there, a big hello to you. Quick little pass up there, and that one's scooped, and he's juking and jiving his way down close to the 10-yard line on the pass to Brox Comia. Second straight pass to him, and that one will be Jones with a 3-receiver set near side. First read over the middle, no. Second, he finds his man into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Number 81 for the Rams, Isaiah Anderson. Jones with a 3-receiver set near side. First read over the middle, no. Second, he finds his man into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Number 81. Long for the Rams. Trey Jones will check over the middle, and he'll throw it over the middle, and that one's going to be picked off at the 20. But a huge one there. 3rd down now for the Rams. Trey Jones back in there, airs it up off the fingertips of the intended target. Sweep around the side, slips around one defender, still on his feet, juking and jiving. Won't elude that defender. Nice solo tackle there, number 2. Because Aaron Linden is a defensive lineman. I'm like, he's pretty elusive for a defensive lineman. That was Brox Comia on the sweep. And Trey Jones now galloping all the way to the 30, trying to elude the last 2 defenders, decides to step up. Sabine will step back, eludes the pressure, and then gives it away. His first completion, unfortunately for him, into the hands of number 20 of the Rams, and that's Isaiah Cooper with the INT. So you have package near side. Empty backfield, 3 receivers far side. Sabine checks, looks. And thankfully for Sabine, team once again. In a chess match of field position, Rams bring the heat, they blocked it. Picked up at the 15 to the 5, there's a touchdown, Rams. Number 33, Howard Zhao, who was injured earlier in the game, back in the game. Little bit to kind of get loose and limber. Flag already flies. Kodiaks will scoop it up and pinball their way up to about the 32-yard line. The majority of the kicking duties will kick off from his own 40-yard line this time, and booms that one deep. Skipped up at the 15-yard line by Simpson, looking for a hole to open up, and he may have got his wish. Simpson up to about the 45-yard line. Best. Back-to-back 5-yard runs. Jones now, empty backfield, looks over to the left. He's got his brother Terrell. He's wrapped up, and depends where they mark it. Do they say his forward plate pass for Jones? Once again, throws that long. He's got the man. He's got the touchdown, Rams. Comia. Side. Two to the near side. And it is the give.
Number 18, Bruce Jones.
Him in a receiver package. Now they'll go to the far side. Rounds the edge and then taken down, but it will be another Ram. It is Braden Van Someren over on the near side. Sabine checks, goes over the middle, and he gives it away. Interception, Rams. And he looks like he's going to take it to the house, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Rams. Number 4, Sean Cullen into the end zone. Second interception for Sabine, who now has gone to 1 for 10 with 2 INTs. Not the dream start for him. I know that the Kodiaks do have a small contingent here cheering on their team. Ogo Jones takes the snap, looks left and finds a man wide open across the middle. Hassan finds a hole, finds the end zone, touchdown, Rams. Game. Jones stays in there, hand off to Hassan, slides around one tackle, the second drags another one down, a little power run. For a couple of big runs. Kodiaks would love a little moral victory here and stop up the run. They will go to Hassan. Powering ahead, it will be a touchdown. Showed some consistency overall. Newcomb right over the middle into the hands of the defender. Still on his feet. Taken down by our Marion Martin on a touchdown saving tackle. See if he can get into the end zone. He is flanked by Hassan, who's going to step up to block. Finds his man wide open. Touchdown, Rams. That time it is Comia. But they sit in third place with the loss with the Huskers. Newcomb throws it over the middle and he completes the pass. Up to the 40. Rams bring some pressure, 5-man front now. And they will wrap up Newcomb and take him down at a Facebook. Interviews with players is right over the middle, into the end zone. Touchdown Rams. Newcomb will step back, pressure again from the Rams. Rolling right, finds his target, slips it ahead. And that may be enough for me on that. Newcomb checks once, batted like a volleyball spike. A little hard done by. Newcomb taken down, there's a sack. What they can do. Low snap this time, but a high kick and a good one. Fielded at the 30 and fumbled. Do the Kodiaks recover? It's going to be no yards though. Newcomb now, 3 seconds to go. He's just going to air it out. Wasn't sure if we're going to get one of those DeAndre Hopkins plays where he comes up with it out of a maze of players. That looks like that will be the final play of the football game, and the Rams emerged victorious after a heartbreaking loss last week for the Kodiaks. They'll get a chance to go back to the drawing board, back to the friendly confines of Massage Place Stadium, as they'll face these same foes again next week. Make sure you tune in to that one with Ethan Reddy, who will have the call for you in Prince George. Well, for the media crew of For the Win Media, I'm Warren Andrews saying thanks for tuning in as the Rams win. Keep it here on Telus Optic 1981 or on BCFC.